Hi everyone, my name is Nicorina Bolos and this is my project for IXD 700 User Experience Human-Centered Design. My project's name is CarePlusU. A little bit about me, I'm currently taking my MFA in Interaction and UI UX Design in Academy of Art University. I also graduated nursing in the Philippines. I want to pursue a career in art and technology. I'm currently working full-time as a business systems analyst and part-time as medication aid. I dream to be part of the product development team. I can relate to this project because of my experience in healthcare industry and project analysis. Here is my resume and my portfolio. I have a background in web design, motion graphics, and illustration. Today, I will be presenting my project named CarePlusU. The purpose of this project is to create a tool that will help caregivers provide quality care for the elderly residents more efficiently. It will serve as a medium of communication between the caregivers and the management. It will also give the opportunity for the management to address issues that make process improvements, provide needed trainings, and possibly solve staffing issues. My project inspirations are tadpoles and Jira software. And people inspirations are the caregivers and the elderly. The problems that I want to solve is that I would like to solve the lack of tools that are available for caregivers, which will aid in providing quality care for the senior living residents. How is this unique? This software solution will be elderly caring centered. Using the software will ensure that the needs of the elderly residents are met. It will also provide updates to the families and the management. How does it help me? I often do part-time as a med pass in a senior living facility. Knowing that the residents are getting a quality care and happy will also make me happy. It will help my fellow coworkers who work as a CNA manage time more efficiently. This software solution will stand out amongst the competitions by ensuring accurate and simple to understand care plan design for the elderly. It will help caregivers with task management. It will also gather that data that will provide customized reports to the management team, which will help in planning of care and staffing issues. My expert consultant is Linda, who is a 63-year-old female nurse manager and director of a senior living facility. One of the key points that she mentioned for the success of this project was the defining process for certain tasks, thus her steps are preferred. We also have to ensure that to adhere to the HIPAA law. This is our competitor analysis. Some of the key features for our project is cloud-based technology, data collection, completion workflow, task due, task start and end, estimate task completion, optimize the dashboard, and photo and video editing. Our primary target audience are the caregivers who works with elderly in a senior living facility. The age ranges from 19-year-old to 50-year-old. This population consists of CNAs and CMAs. Our secondary audiences are the primary care doctors, the elderly's family, and the senior living facility managers. Target audience research. 85% of the population I've interviewed are female and 15% of them are male. Their average age is 30-year-old. In question and answer, 45% of them said that the most challenging task that they had faced while on duty as a caregiver is multiple residents requesting assistance at the same time. 65% of them says that taking care of elderly people is their favorite part of being a caregiver for elderly. Also, 70% of them says that turnover between shifts are not always sufficient and important informations are missed. And a vast majority of them think that it will be helpful if they can easily see important notes that happened during the previous shifts. For our persona, we have Emma, a 37-year-old female in Houston, Texas. She's a CNA in a senior living facility. She wishes that there would be a better way to determine difficulty level for each assigned residence and list of tasks that they need to accomplish for each residence at a certain period of time. Our next persona is Gina. She's also 37-year-old and she lives in Sugar Land, Texas. She's a part-time CNA and a nursing student. Gina goes to work with so much enthusiasm and ready to tackle her tasks. She always makes sure the previous shifts endorses with all pertinent information to make sure that she can take care of the elderly residents the best possible way. Our third persona is Anna. She's a 54-year-old female from Houston, Texas. She's also a CNA and she's a certified dietitian in the Philippines. Her main concern about this project is that she's not very knowledgeable with technology and especially computers. These are our card sort and results. This is a storyboard 1, storyboard 2, and storyboard 3. This is our mood board. Scope. Ideally, this project is an elderly care management tool. It provides convenience to the caregivers in a senior living facility with their daily tasks and find useful resources. This project makes sure the elderly residents get the best quality care from their caregivers. Realistically, I'm able to build some of the back-end configurations for this project. I will be using coding like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery. I will also be using CMS for data storing and analysis. The design of the user dashboard is uncluttered and displays only key information that the user needs. So this is our initial proof of concept. This is the task 1, task 2, and task 3. Some of the modifications I made in the paper prototype is that in the caregiver dashboard, I removed the menu icon and made it part of the dashboard and changed the layout. I also changed the layout and icons in the residence page. In the menu page, I also made sure that to only put the important menus needed, like the Find the Residence, Events Calendar, Weekly Menu, the forms. The forms is where the incident reports are, time off sheets, all those, and the policy so the caregivers can read it. And the facility resources were in all the emails and phone numbers of each department in the facility. I also changed the layout and some of the wordings in the task page. So this is our high fidelity wireframe. Our first task is in the beginning of shift. The user will log into CarePlusU and routinely click on each tab at the top of her dashboard to see if there is any updates that she needs to know. First, she's going to log in, then she's going to see her tasks in her dashboard, and next she's going to go to the weekly schedule where she can see her schedule for the week. Then next she's going to check the daily communications if there is any updates that she may need to know on the floor that she's working at. And these are the menus. Then she's gonna check the menus and see, like, if she wanted to see a resident, like and see what's new, or events calendar. So the modifications that we did for task 1 is the user dashboard wherein I changed the background and the color and to make it more readable. The second is the shape of the cards in the main menu. And third is the background of the daily communication, so it's more readable and more coherent with the other pages. For task 2, the user wants to know if a resident fell or if it happened during her shift. So she went to CarePlusU, and then in her dashboard, she clicked the main menu. Then she clicked on the Find Residents, and there she will see the residents page, where there is also a search button to search the name of the resident or the floor. When she clicks the residents page, she's gonna see the icon incidents. Then she can search it by date or chronological. Then she will be able to read any incident that happened on a certain period of time. For modification, I changed the residence profile page, wherein I changed the color of the icons, and I also changed the search date, and to make it more clear, so the caregiver can just input which date she's looking for to make it easier. I also put more detail on the incident tab based on the feedback. In the residence page, I also put the alert icons or badges in there, so it can be easily seen by the caregiver. For task 3, the user wanted to be able to put comments for each task so the management could help the other caregivers do their tasks successfully. These comments could be seen in the user page. So like if they're having if other caregivers are having difficulty doing certain tasks for certain residents, they could look through the page and see if how other caregivers managed to do it successfully. So for first step, the caregiver goes to the dashboard, click on the task, and then it will be led them to a pop-up form where the task appears with the resident's image, and then they're gonna fill up this form and click submit. Then it will lead them back to the dashboard that says the task is done. So the modification I did on this task is I just simply changed the time worked to time spent. So for technical resources, we're going to be using an iPad for this project, and for backend, we're going to be using GoDaddy as a CMS, and Sublime Text for coding, and jQuery. For front end, we're going to be using HTML, CSS, and WordPress. For sources and bibliography, I use Adobe Stock for all of my human images, and then seniorcare.com to learn more about problem solving that assisted living are experiencing, and geckoboard.com to learn more about dashboards designs, and buildfire.com to learn more about creating mobile app. For my expert consultant is Ms. Reina Mays, my instructor in Academy of Art University for UXD 700 UX Design Human Centered. Thank you so much for your feedback, and thank you for watching.